It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Who never sacrifice their will.
Hey everybody, it's Josh. Welcome to my first LP. We're going to be playing Pikmin 2. So, let's get started, shall we? Gotta begin a new game. Gotta be using save file 3, a new ship's log. So let's go ahead and start the game. Hocotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. Hocotate Freight. One day, its own employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on interstellar vacation. There, he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hocotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. And now we are starting our game in the Valley of Repose. Even though we just came back to our home planet to see our family, if I was Olimar, I would just crash that ship on that planet and just ignore the president. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. So long, Louie. And I don't like it how he ejects us like that. Also, in this game, the ship can talk to you. Brrrz, that was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert, danger, Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. He has a spacesuit on, and you're worried about him freezing to death? What's the spacesuit made of? Cardboard? I mean, jeez. Wait a moment. Look. These guys seem familiar? Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak by a dwarf bulborb. You must help them. Point at the screen and press the B button to call them with your whistle. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther. Remember? Yes, I think I remember from Pikmin 1. Okay. It looks like they're trying to be devoured as we speak, but there's no way you can lose this fight. The Pikmin do not get eaten. I'm gonna whistle them here. And the Pikmin seem to respond to me. Just like in Pikmin 1. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold the A button to grab a Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually playing the Wii version of this game. Believe it or not, there is no way you can lose this fight, because the Pikmin do not get devoured. See? No way. And you want to throw your Pikmin up on this... Oh, wait. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press the minus button to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. Okay, you want to throw your Pikmin up here. But sadly, we do not have enough Pikmin to make that thing go down. So we're going to try to see if Louis can help us. And there's Louis. I like the way the ship sounds like that. Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Yes, I'm gonna sue you. No, I'm just kidding. Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press the plus button to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. And if you look right there, Louis made a faceplant. Okay. Louis is basically the same tactic as Olimar, except he has a different whistle sound. Anyway, look at this. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. Even though, to me, it looks nothing like an onion. And it sprouted a Pikmin seed. Louis' bug eyes are freaking creepy. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. That's the hero's intention, to go up to an object and press the A button. Check it out. That's how Pikmin are born. And we get red Pikmin in the first of the game. Even though in the second game, red Pikmin are the most useless Pikmin. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. I almost said starring. You can press the down on the D-pad to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. You can disband your squad with the C button. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling pick carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Watch this. The bear starts chasing Louis. they both look at the screen at the same time. That's kind of funny. Anyway, Louie can control Pikmin just like Olimar can. And here, we have pellet posies. These things contain pellets, which are basically Pikmin's nutrient source. The number on there tells you how many Pikmin it can create, but if you match the color with the same onion color, then you can create surprisingly more Pikmin. See right there, it would have produced 1 if we carried it to a different onion, but since it's the same color, it produced 2. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellet from that flower must have nutrients that breed the Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping the A button lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. Yeah, so we can pluck Pikmin a lot faster in this game than in Pikmin 1. And you want these Pikmin to take out these pellet posies. You know what? I'm gonna take out one too. Just because I'm mean like that. Oh, I thought the Pikmin was gonna knock off the pellet. Anyway. Just need like 10 Pikmin. We need a total of 15 to take down that brown bag gate. And let's get these seeds. I'm going to become Pikmin a lot faster than in Pikmin 1. Okay. Now we want to go back to where Olimar is, which is down this way. And look at this! We have... product advertising! No, not really. It's just a battery. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press the Z button to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on the D-pad to zoom up and up on the D-pad to change angles. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Yeah, but I don't want to dig that up just yet. First thing we want to do is go over here, get up. Yeah, sometimes the Pikmin can shrimp over nothing. Now throw all your Pikmin up on this gate. And regroup with Olimar. It's you! It's really you! I still like that sound. Captain Olimar, Louie, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use the B button to form a single group, the C button to take solo action, and minus to change leaders. Yeah. Also, all except this day. On this day, you can take as much time as you want, but in every other day, there is a time limit. Every day, except this one, usually lasts only 13 minutes. And we need 35 Pikmin to take that down, which you can't possibly get right now. I'm gonna have the Pikmin carry that dwarf Bulbar back to the onion so I can produce more seeds. And while they're doing that, we're gonna have the Pikmin try to dig that up. Now I'm gonna have Louie make sure they get the dwarf Bulbar to the onion without getting any trouble. And Olimar will watch the Pikmin dig up the battery out of the snow. I like how they're saying, like, yeah, as they're digging. And that was kind of cool. I kind of don't get how the red Pikmin can talk, even though they don't have mouths. I think the only thing they could do is, like, hum through their noses or something like that. Also, red Pikmin are the only Pikmin that are resistant to fire, a fire element. And right there, produce 4 more seeds. these. Okay. Now then, I'm gonna go back to Olimar. As you can see, that thing needs 20 Pikmin to lift it. And we just so happen to have 10 more right here. And now they're lifting the battery. Usually, enemies and pellets, they carry back to their onion based on what color Pikmin is grouped the most based on their color. Like if mostly red Pikmin are carrying it, it'll take it back to the red onion. But every time you find a treasure, it takes it to the ship instead. Which is actually kind of a good thing for Pikmin AI. They know the difference between treasures and things that can nourish them. And trust me, we're gonna find a lot more different kinds of Pikmin for now. We get reds. So anyway, usually it takes them a while if they're like very little Pikmin carrying that. Usually the more Pikmin around that thing, the treasures there are, the more faster it'll go. Usually, if it has the exact number, then usually these guys take a while before they actually get the treasure to the ship. Also, you can press minus to switch between Olimar as the captain or Louie. And here we go! Our first real treasure of the game. A D-cell Duracell battery, which I like to call the Courage Reactor, worth 280 Pokos. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Yeah, so every time you collect a treasure, you're just gonna try to come up with a creative name for it. Which is kind of cool, because some of them are actually very funny puns. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. And he'll probably have Bulborb eyes like he did in the cutscenes. However, to communicate with Hocotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. I'm having trouble pronouncing that word. Anyway, get used to this end of the day cutscene. Every time you have your Pikmin collected with you, they always go back to their onion, but their onion's way over there, so I bet those 20 Pikmin we collected will probably follow us. And now it's time to blast off. Goodbye, little dwarf Bulborb. See you tomorrow. Okay. Fly away. Now to go through our totals. Today's report. The treasures we found today. We only found the Courage Reactor and earned 280 out of 10,000 Pokos. If we reach 10,000, we will have completed the main aspect of the game. Let's see. We raised our red Pikmin population by 20, which is actually pretty good. And let's check our Pikmin deaths. This is how you can lose Pikmin. You can lose Pikmin in battle, you can leave them behind after sunset, you can kill them with fire, water, electricity, explosions, or poison, which we'll get into the fire, water, electricity, explosions, and poisons later. But so far I didn't lose any, alright. And we get an email every day. It's the president. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts. So check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. We're gonna go ahead and say. And now that we have completed our first day, I think we're gonna end this off here. So, next time on Pikmin 2, we are gonna go back into the Valley of Repose and hopefully trying to find more treasures and bring our red Pikmin population even up even more. Even up even more? What am I, an idiot? Okay. See you guys then.